Okay. So, first thing, just to touch on, if you've not yet seen it, well, two things actually. The Blackpool trip, there's 3 more places that Claire is giving away, and most of this is done on a raffle basis. So the more sales you get, recruit people, and your team get sales in, you still get extra tickets in the draw. So have a look at the criteria that she's posted about how to get extra raffle tickets in there. And also, just for this catalogue, I don't know if you saw, she only posted this a couple of hours ago, but just for catalogue 14, she's doing double raffle tickets. So for every 100 BP you get, and that is from your own personal purchases or sales. So for every 100 BP, you're getting 2 tickets in the draw. And for Deb, you'll like this one. For every GG product you sell, every product, no matter what it is, foundation or mascara or whatever, you get 1 ticket in the draw. So that's quite good, and that's been extended. Well, that's just for this campaign, those couple of little extra bits and bobs. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I don't know if anyone's had a chance to actually have a look at this properly. This PowerPoint that they put together for us. Let's go. That one. Share. Okay. Right, let me know if you can see that. Is that all right?
Yeah, can see it.
Yeah, excellent. I don't think I can see the chat now, so let me know, Deb, if Jem's got any questions. So there's 4 different wellness sprints. There's the immune system one, there's healthy habits, there's aging well, and the 4th one, weight management, so like weight control. I thought that this one would be a good starting point because we are heading into that kind of cough and cold season, and it's all about boosting your immune system. And it also, as you'll see as we go through, it does bring in things like nutrition and hydration and moving your body and getting your steps in and sleep habits and that. So I thought it works quite nicely in line with what we do with BOD, and we may be able to incorporate a few sample workouts and stuff like that in there as well. So so let's just go through and check all the details. So they suggest with the immune system sprint, not necessarily suggesting we call it an immune system sprint because I don't think that sounds right, but we'll think of something. They're suggesting that you use both of these products. I won't be. I will only be using personally this one here, the Wellosophy Wellness Pack, the Women's Wellness Pack, and that's all that I will encourage my customers to use as well. The requirement will be that they'll have to order a box of that to join the wellness sprint. So we're looking at them spending 30 quid on a box, but it's a 3-week supply, and that first week they're going to get a really, really detailed, personalized level of care for that week's sprint that we do. So yeah,
isn't the other supplement that they're suggesting in the Wellosophy care pack anyway?
It's in the pack anyway, yeah. So I don't know why, really. Maybe they'll do it as an either or. I mean, they're saying that products to use are the wellness pack, astaxanthin and bilberry. I don't think you need to use both because in my opinion, you don't want to be doubling up on astaxanthin and those kinds of antioxidants. I think it's maybe just one or the other. So we could say to people, you could purchase this or this maybe, because they're going to be 2 different prices. So we could say, look, this is the requirement. You've got to be using this or this for the week. But yeah, that's what they suggest to use for this. So pre-sprint activities in order to organise our first sprint. They suggest 2 weeks before a sprint, we announce and invite people. But I think that's getting a little bit too close. If we're only getting invites out 2 weeks and we've got to allow 5 to 7 working days for delivery, we're going to need to have quite a big cut-off period. So I've popped some dates together and I'll run them past you both to see what you think might be best. But they actually give us all the invites. We'll go through that in a minute, but they tell you exactly what to say. This is so well scripted and well put together for us. But generally, they're saying a few weeks before, let's announce what we're doing and let's start inviting people to it. That's going to be a good time during the invite process to be really focusing on those products and sharing other people's testimonials of what they've been using and the results that they've been getting as well. A week before, they're suggesting we set up a group for this. Now, I know that Facebook allows us to do a lot and schedule posts and stuff, but my biggest concern with Facebook is that everyone is part of so many Facebook groups these days. They're going to get an invite. It's going to be, oh my God, another, like Karen wants me to be part of another Facebook group. So I didn't know whether it'd be worth trying to run this one on WhatsApp. That does mean, though, that we're going to have to be responsible for going into the group like first thing in the morning each day or something and putting in the relevant posts that are needed, and they're not going to be able to be scheduled. That's the only disadvantage. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on how we run it. But at least with WhatsApp, we have then got people's phone numbers, and when you get access to the business management side of the app, you can automatically like text people and stuff with like sales messages and that. So it does that all for you. So you're collecting their phone number, which I think is pretty good. You can also text people when you've got a new catalogue out. Yeah. But
no, I think WhatsApp's good. I think I agree. Move it away from Messenger. It gives it perhaps a bit more of a private privilege kind of feel to it.
Yeah, we can say it's going to be running a private WhatsApp group. You know, your number won't be shared with anyone else, and and
then because Telegram, I've only just downloaded that to use thing, and I'm always a bit wary. Like you say, you have so many groups going on in Facebook. I think sometimes you can have so many apps on your phone that actually it's counterproductive. And I think WhatsApp's more likely to be Telegram.
Yeah, and also I think like if it's a new app, like when they came out with all this stuff going on Telegram, I was like, oh my God, I've got Facebook, I've got WhatsApp, I've got Facebook Messenger, now I've got Telegram. It's something else for people to have to take action on, whereas 99% of people have already got WhatsApp. And as Gemma's just put in the chat, with WhatsApp, you can pin post to the top of the group now. So like that daily post that comes out, we can just pin it to the top of the group. So that everyone can see it. We can also see who has read the posts, which is good. I know you can do it on Facebook as well, but I think that maybe we should just try this one on WhatsApp.
Definitely.
So we'll add them to a WhatsApp group, and then it says a couple of days before the sprint, remind everyone and let them know what to expect or whatever, so we can sort that out a bit nearer the time. Then let me just, how do I go to the next slide? Hang on, is it not moving? Just a sec. Okay, now they give us the invitation, so we can tweak this a little bit to make it a bit more personal to the people that we're inviting, but this is basically the invitation they've given us, which I think is great, and I think it's really straightforward. Just says, hi Deb, hope things are well with you. I want to invite you to something that I'm doing over the next 7 days. I've created a group to help people to learn about the best ways to strengthen their immune system with Wellosophy. We might want to add, we think this is a really good time to run it as we're going into like cough and cold season or whatever. The group is called I'm going to guide you all through simple ways to improve your everyday lifestyle in a holistic way to help you look and feel your best. Are you up for it? You can invite a friend too, if you like, so you can do it together. I love that last line because they're immediately, I don't necessarily think to invite, oh, do you want to bring a friend as well when I'm inviting people? So I think that's just a really good, well-worded invite. It's simple and does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Yeah. So at what point do we then, you might cover it later on, so apologies if it comes up. Do we cover having to get the wellness pack or the?
So I think that will be a case. This is going to be the same as like what we've done with BOD in the past. Like when you say to someone like, I've got a group coming up, do you want to be part of it? If they come back and say, yeah, that sounds great, then we need to have that next conversation, say, okay, great, this is what the group will involve. It will require you to use some products for a few weeks, and so you can actually sample them and get the best out of them and see how you feel. This is the cost, and they can either say yes or no, can't they? I think as long as we have something that after we sent that initial invite, if they come back wanting more info or they say yes, I think we need to have just like a little like Canva just to pop across them to say this is what you're going to get this week, and like and it will say in a minute what they do get during the week. So yeah. Okay, so that's our invite. Then we can send them an agenda. I mean, this is something, if they say, well, what will the week involve? This is brilliant. So if someone says, oh yeah, it sounds good, but what does the week involve? We've got an agenda that's laid out for us, which I think is great. So you've got day 1, day 2, day 3, and they're focusing on something different every day of the week. So that these people are getting a lot of content during the week as well. So that's our agenda that, again, a couple of days before we could pin that, into the top of that group. Let me just see if Gem's got anything in the chat. Oh, Gem says, are we running this for us first? So we could just run it as a team, first of all, to see how it goes. Or we could just do it and roll it out to people. I think if we're going to do it, we should just do it and invite people to it as well. I was going to suggest... Yeah.
So I was going to say, we're all pretty well versed, aren't we, really, in running these kind of things. It's not like our first radio. Okay, it's about something a bit different.
Yeah.
And we are doing WhatsApp, but I think we're all knowledgeable enough, I think, to probably go in straight away. Otherwise, I mean, I can see both sides of it, but my concern would be if we leave it too long, we're going to miss the ideal time to do it.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, there's nothing to lose by inviting people to do it, is there? But if we don't invite people, we might lose potential business. And as you say, I think that if we run it ourselves just as a small team to begin with, just to get a feel for it and see how it works, and then run the real thing, we're going to be probably creeping into late November, early December before we roll it out to customers or potential customers, and I think they're going to go, oh, I've got too much on with Christmas and stuff like that. So I think we just do it and get inviting people to it as well, to get some business in.
I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't have a go at posting stuff and that in the existing group, maybe in advance, just to get some feedback from people who aren't necessarily doing it, but are on the outside looking in, if that makes sense. So, and then that's kind of I suppose, a bit of a tester for it. So we could say, right, we're going to do this wellness sprint, but we'd like to just have a go at posting the stuff, check that it works. Do you know what I mean? And then we're ironing any potential prior to doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. And I also think that it gives us a good way, we've all got our individual little Facebook groups set up with sort of I don't know, 40, 50, 60 people, however many people you've got in those groups. We can actually go directly into those people's inboxes and send them an invite for this. People that have been watching what we're doing now for a little while, but just afraid to comment. We've got a reason to message them, to thanks so much for being part of my group, and hope you like the content that you've been seeing so far. Just to let you know, I'm running this for 7 days, and go in with the invite from there to all those people that we've already got that sort of connection with. So
Jem just sent something on chat saying, how you said about doing the follow-up slide on Canva, if they say yes, well, we could always do the invite on Canva and just have that sent, to send out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they've given us the wording, we can just put, with a picture of it or something, a Canva worded invite with a picture of the wellness product or something. We'll work on something, definitely. Okay, cool. So that's the agenda for the week, basically 7 days worth of full content, which I think is brilliant. Then this is just for brand partners. So what happens basically is every day for 7 days there's 3 actions that need to take place in the WhatsApp group. So first of all, we need to be using the product and I don't know, put our selfie, or just morning, I've taken my tablets this morning, or whatever, how we feel. We just got to basically share that we have taken our supplements, we've used the product. We also need to make sure that our participants are going to be sharing their pictures if they're happy to do so. Obviously, we always go down the route of if they're happy to do so. The second bit that they give us to post is sharing educational information about the product or about that particular day's topic. And then the third thing is a challenge of the day. So this is where we're getting the people to engage with us. And there's 3 things that are happening every day of the week, which I think is brilliant. And they've given us all the content that we need for this. So as an example, day 1, we'll run through these quite quickly because it is pretty much the same every day, but just with a different topic. So day 1, point number 1, use the product and share it in the group. So again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Step 2, action 2, share the educational info and ask people for questions and comments. So I can't remember what day 1 was now on the agenda. Let me go back and have a look. It was back. So day 1 was nutrition plays a role in your immune system. So then what they've done is they're talking about tea and coffee in that here. So they're tapping into like your nutrition and stuff. So we would just basically copy and paste that and post it into the WhatsApp group. It's done for us. So that's like our day 2 content basically. And then we can pop this slide in picture or whatever, asking people like, do you drink tea and coffee? Do you eat 5 portions of fruit and veg? Do you eat enough fiber? It's just to get people like to think about these things and whether they are consuming the right levels of nutrition or not. So day 1 is very much a focus on nutrition. That's just some advertising, I think. And I don't think we need to put this in the group. This is, yeah, that's not really relevant to the group. And then number 3, the third thing for the day would be the challenge. And they say that challenge for that day 1 is take your first sachet and post it in the chat. Like, let us know when you've taken your sachet. So I think it's just 3 really simple things to do each day. 1 is we show that we're taking our product. 2 is the educational information, and 3 is a challenge so that they can get involved as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So in terms of like posting the stuff in there, is it going to be one person does a day, or we're going to allocate like the tasks per day? Because I'm just thinking it might be, because we can't schedule, it might be a lot to expect one person to be on the phone
every
doing
day.
all the posting. So I was thinking
I personally think that there's a lot of us who we have busier days and not so busier days during the week. So like, me on a Monday, for example, I'm up blooming early and I don't get home until late. I would prefer to do the post on like a Wednesday, for example. So I think that it's probably quite acceptable to say to someone like maybe say to you, Deb, are you happy to take day 1? Can you do those 3 posts on day 1? And then Gemma does the 3 posts on day 2. I'll do day 3 and so on. I think it's going to be, because we're not having to really create the content ourselves. It's all given to us. It really is just a copy and paste job. So, and I don't know whether those 3 posts need to come out all at once in the morning. I think that maybe the step 1, like showing us using the product, needs to be sort of like that first morning post. But then also you don't feel like you have to be doing like 1 in the morning, 1 at lunchtime and 1 in the evening, or maybe that would work better actually, just to break the content up during the day a little bit. So maybe we can have a chat about that. But I think that one person taking each day would be a better way to do it. And that way it means that like, Deb, you've not got to think about, I've got to do that post first thing Monday morning, and then I've got to do that one at Wednesday lunchtime, and then that one. I think focusing on 1 day per person per week is probably a better way to go about it.
Okay.
Day 2, again, use our product and stick a photo of us in the group. So whoever does day 2, if that's me, for example, it'll just be a picture of me getting ready to take my supplement, and I might just put a little post about, I'm up in the morning. Or I could use that on like a Tuesday to say, I hadn't got time to take it this morning, but they come in these really convenient little sealed sachets, so I've taken it to work with me and taken it, and that could be, a post for that day. The educational information for day 2 is all about antioxidants and astaxanthin and the benefit of taking vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. So it's giving them that information that they need about the products. again, so we can post this in there. And again, this is all just going to be copy and paste jobby. And then the challenge of the day is try to eat a selection of colourful foods. And maybe we ask them to post a picture of a healthy food choice or something. So day three, same. Step 1. Step 2 is the helpful information. This is the holistic side of things. They give us all of, no, we don't need that. We could put a little bit in about inspired by nature, powered by science, if we really want to. And then it gives us a little bit of information about like how these products follow. And I think this might be quite a good thing to put in on that part 2 on this particular day, that they recognise by the EU food safety standards. And you've got a lot of the information at the bottom about all the testing and stuff that's done on them as well, so they know that they're safe to use. And then eat one. Challenge of the day for day 3 is eat 1 handful of fruit after each meal. So we could just ask them, what fruit have you eaten today? Day 4, same step 1. The educational information is to do with physical activity. So this is about trying to get some steps in, go for a walk. It's about just moving your body, basically. So we could put that script, because you can see on every day they give us the script. We can put the script in, but then we could give them a workout or something from bod, couldn't we? This might just generate, like, people might be doing this and they might go, oh, I wonder what that workout was. I'll ask so-and-so that invited me into that group. Yeah, even if it's like a 20-minute job 1 to say, look, to help you move your body today, we're going to give you like a free 20-minute workout. So I thought that was pretty good. And they've just put a bit more information here about everyday activity. So this is just how to incorporate activity into your daily life. It gives people a little bit of info on, like, taking, you'll see here, limit the use of the car and TV watching, and use the stairs and stuff instead. So things like that we can put in, which we would do as standard if we were running a Facebook bod group, wouldn't we? And then the challenge of the day that day is for asking them to do their favorite physical activity. We could either say, send us a selfie, drop a selfie into the group of how you've moved your body today, or let us know if you tried today's workout that we shared. And day 5, step 1 is the same. Educational information is all about water and fluids and getting the right amount of fluids into your system, which I quite liked. Fluid recommendations. We could put a little bit in there about how to make water more tolerable, even if it's just as simple as put a slice of lemon in it. How lack of fluids affects the body, they've gone into as well. And then the challenge that day is try to drink at least 6 glasses of water, share your water bottles or glasses. And we've got to remember is every day they are still supposed to be, of course, taking their wellness supplements. But I think by bringing all this together, them taking their wellness supplements, but also encouraging them to make healthier food choices and up their water intake and moving their body, they're going to feel better in general, like overall, regardless of whether it's the tablets making them feel better or not.
What with that one there as well, I mean, I bought the Wellosophy water bottle because it had the money off in this catalogue. So it might be worth trying to promote, like, when we do the picture with it, try and use a Wellosophy bottle or something. Do you know what I mean? So they know they can get hold of that as well, and it kind of
definitely. We can use like pictures of that as well. Excellent. And then day 6, step 1 is the same. Educational information. We've got a script all about sleep and why sleep is important. So that's another good one. Could even include a meditation sample in there if we wanted to, but we don't want to make it, don't want to overwhelm them with information. I think we need to kind of stick to the script that Oriflame have provided, because they've obviously know what works and what doesn't. So they've given us all this information about the benefits of sleep, what happens to your body through lack of sleep. So I think it's important to share this information in the group, and then tips for better sleep. That can all go in. And then challenge of the day is try to leave your phone outside the bedroom. Now, don't use it before bedtime. We can ask them like the next morning whether they manage to do it or something. And then the last day, day 7, step 1 is the same. The educational script is about goal setting, which I thought was quite good. It's helping people like manage their goals, get into habits, look at time management. So like I'll go for a 30-minute walk every day after lunch. I'll practice yoga on Mondays and Wednesdays. I just thought that's just helpful advice to people, isn't it? I just quite like it. And then preparing their weekly goals and stuff. And then the last
sorry, is it worth throwing in a book recommendation like James Clear's habit?
Yeah, definitely. Like on that day, that last day of the week that's looking at habits and stuff, then definitely. There is actually a wellness sprint purely on habits. I think that was the last one actually. But yeah, like here on the challenge, ask them to define their why. We could get them to put down their why and share their goals with us if they don't mind. So that's basically the content for the week. I think they've done a lot of work for us. We're not going to have to do very much ourselves, and it is just going to be a case of copy and paste. I know that you've got access to the Telegram channel, so those of us who have are pretty self-sufficient at pulling off the information that we need, that we're going to be scheduling, and then it tells you what to do about the after the sprint as well. So once the sprint is over, so we're running this for a week, but they've got a 3-week supply. So I think it's really important just to maybe keep the group open for a couple of weeks. And then like every now and then, like, is everyone still taking their supplements? Have you managed to keep up this, healthier lifestyle? And it's just a way of maybe getting them onto like a subscription for the supplements. And they might
that's where my question was going to come in. When we ask them to sign up for the supplements, are we going to suggest that they do the subscription? Because then they have to physically go in and cancel that, don't they? Which means they may be more likely to carry on. I think that's automatically.
I think that's a good idea. We could say like after the invite, if they want to accept and they want to join it, could say to them, you can either just buy your first box and see how you get on, or if you hit the subscribe button, you get every 4th box free. It's worth doing that. We could say to them, like, it's worth doing the subscribe button anyway, and then if you decide not to, you can just cancel it at any point. Because there's no time.
I think they're likely to like carry on, aren't they? Then go in and then activate a subscription, if that makes sense.
Definitely. So I was having a little look at dates, and I first looked at October. So I thought, if we were to run this on starting the 30th of October, I kind of decided against that date in the end, and I'll have a look.
That's half term.
That's right, because it's half term for some, and I thought, are parents, or not just parents, but are people that are on half term going to want this group keep pinging and have to take on like, I've got to remember all this stuff? So I thought, what about starting it on the 6th of November? We run it for a week from the 6th of November. I think that last orders would need to be the Friday the 27th. Just to allow a week. That Oriflame usually say 5 to 7 days delivery, but if the last orders are on the 27th, everyone should have their order by Friday the 3rd, like the Friday just before it starts. Just to err on the side of caution. And then, so if we say like last order is 27th of October, I think that gives us maybe from like the 9th through to the 27th to invite. So it gives us 3 really good weeks to invite to it. I mean, we're middle of September as it is anyway, and I don't know about you, Gemma, but I know for me personally, I'm focusing on makeup this week, duology next week, and then I'll start to drip feed in a little bit of information about the wellness supplement, so that come say 9th of October we can start promoting this, talking about it, and just getting people's inboxes for 3 solid weeks, inviting to it. Gem says she's doing the same, like with her promoting and stuff. So would you agree that they're pretty sensible dates? Because if we go into November to run it, people might start to feel a little bit sluggish where the weather is turning, and it just might be a way of getting people to just not, just to keep going. So
that will take us, so I'm just trying to work out, so when's the 2-week Black Friday catalogue, when does that come out?
So that is, I can tell you when that is because I've emailed the school about that earlier. That catalogue starts on the 26th of October and runs to the 8th of November.
26th October to the 8th.
So that's pretty, and actually, so that's going to work out really well because if we do get people buying, Gemma says they're all going to get back in their comfy, so they'll be indoors more, yeah. But also with the 2-week catalogue starting on the, what did I say, 25th of October?
26th, but the 25th, 26th.
Oh no, it'll be the 25th, which is the Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that 2-week catalogue starting on the 25th, any last minute kind of orders that come in 25th, 26th, 27th, that's also going to bump our BP because our targets are reduced. Everything like platinum and above, our targets are reduced for that catalogue. So it's easy to rank advance. So would work out quite well. So we're running out of time a little bit. We've got a few minutes left, but I think if we're deciding on a date and we've decided on a plan and we've got all the content that's basically given to us, which is amazing, all that's left to decide really is who takes which day, and that's going to be difficult to decide when there's only 3 of us on here.
I mean, I'm quite happy to do day 1 because that will be a Monday.
Okay.
And I don't think I've got anything on, so that is the first Monday back after half term for me. We get 2 weeks half term.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to take day 1 knowing that you're in the office, and it'd be easier. So yeah, I can do the 6th of November.
Okay, lovely. Jem says she's happy to do the Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. So if we pop Jem, if you want to do the Wednesday, that'll be the 8th. I'll do the Tuesday. I know that I'm going to be in the office, but as I said, I think it's quite good that I can say, actually, I forgot to take my supplements this morning when I was at home because I was in so much of a rush, flew out the door, but I've brought them to the office with me because, you know, it's convenient. They're designed to be portable and for travel and stuff. So if I do the Tuesday, that's the 7th. And then we've still got 4 days to go, so I'll put it out in the group. I'll say to people, how is everyone fixed that week? Who would be available to just drop 3 posts into a WhatsApp group? Content is provided for you. I'll pop that in there for them anyway, and we'll wait until and see if they come back to us. If people don't, then I'll just do it myself because I'm pretty flexible the rest of the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can be as well. I can pick it up. I mean, because in theory, if Gemma, Danielle, and Connor do it, that only leaves us with 1 day left over, doesn't it, for somebody to pick up?
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. So, yeah, I'll pop it out there. I'll pop the message in the group just to say, look, we've had a discussion. We know when we're running it. If you want to see how it works and you want to watch the slideshow through, you know.
Yeah,
follow up, replay this tonight, and people can let us know what day they want to pick depending on their availability. So cool. Okay, well, Jem says I can do more later in the week, and I've just added reminders in my phone for 7, 2 and 5. Brilliant idea, actually, Jem. Yeah, I think if there was some consistency or continuity on when the posts come out, we can say to people every day this week, you're going to get a message drop into this private WhatsApp group at 7 a.m, 2 p.m, and 5 p.m. And then they know to look out for it.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is with the 3rd post of the day, it's asking them to do something. We may need that to come out as around the 2 p.m.
A little bit earlier, shuffle them around. Yeah,
because otherwise you're saying you need to take a handful of fruit or whatever it was after each meal. Well, if you're asking them to do that at 5 o'clock, it's too late. So I think we just need to be mindful and maybe sometimes just play around and say, say there will be an activity that that's coming out the challenge for the day.
And I think that might be subject to what the focus is that day, as you say, because if it's the fruit thing, that particular challenge might need to be set a little bit earlier. We might need to put our own, you know, step 1 out first thing, then the next maybe at 10 or something, to say try and eat a portion of fruit after each meal. But something like later in the week when they're talking about sleep, and it's your challenge is leave your phone outside your bedroom, that challenge can come out at like 5 o'clock. So yeah, I think you're right. I think I love Gemma's idea about splitting them out through the day, but they're going to need to be at mindful times depending on what the challenge is.
You might just have to like play around with the content, you know, so actually number 2 will go when 3 would normally be, and 3 would go where 2, you know what I mean, as well. So just doing
definitely.
that.
Cool. Okay. Oh, I'm quite looking forward to this. I think that it's going to be good, like, for us all to be, you know, to be doing it ourselves anyway, to see if it helps keep us all more accountable and feeling healthier. And if we can invite a few people and get a few other people on board and involved as well, make sure when we're inviting, reaching out to all our existing VIP customers, because they've already bought from us, and our warm market, our Facebook groups, first of all, I would say, and then start spreading the word across Instagram and that. Cool.
I think what might be worth doing at the end as well is say we can also run information weeks based on those options, and then getting people's feedback to see them what they might want the next one to be.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll have a little over the next day or so. I'll have a play around with what the content is each day of the week, because I'll need a reminder of what each topic is, and see like what times of day might be best to post those kinds of things. And then I'll whack a message in the group to everyone else and say, like, this is going to be day 1, this is going to be day 2, who wants to pick these other days up, and see if anyone replies, and if not, we'll just split it between ourselves.
Thank you so much for everything.
No problem. Well done, ladies. Hope you have a good campaign. And
thank you, and you too.
Oh, we need a picture, don't we? Quick picture.
Yeah, and congratulations on getting to Blackpool.
Thank you. I've got a requested time off work now. When it was October, I didn't need the time off because it was a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's like, but can't be helped. Never mind.
Okay. Congratulations.
Cool, thank you. Well, you've still got the opportunity to get there, you girls.
Absolutely.
Right, I'll leave you to your evenings.
Yeah, lovely. All righty. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.